That sudden deep calm after a period of intense chaos. The repeating number that seems to follow you everywhere, from license plates to the time on your phone. That strange, out-of-place feeling, as if you're living in a dream you're about to wake up from. These are not signs your miracle is coming. They are the scientific proof it has already been created. This is a quantum pre-echo, a documented phenomenon in physics, where an effect can be detected moments before its cause. What you are sensing is not a message from the universe. It is an echo from a future that has already happened. This isn't philosophy. It's physics. In the next hour, you will learn to identify the 3 undeniable pre-echoes of a miracle. You will understand the startling science that makes them possible. And most importantly, you will undergo a fundamental identity shift, moving from someone who waits for external signs to someone who reads their own internal, energetic data with absolute certainty. The foundation for this entire paradigm is not a spiritual text, but a landmark experiment in quantum mechanics called Wheeler's delayed choice experiment. For decades, it has baffled physicists and opened a door to a reality far stranger and more malleable than we ever imagined. The experiment proved, beyond any doubt, that an observation we make in the present moment can retroactively influence an event that has already occurred in the past. Imagine a particle of light is sent on a journey. It has to make a choice to travel one of 2 paths. Long after the particle has already made its choice and completed its journey, a scientist can decide whether or not to observe which path it took. The astonishing result is that the scientist's decision in the now determines what the particle did back then. It's as if the past waits for instructions from the future. This isn't a theory. It's a measured, repeatable fact of reality. Your attention, your observation, is not a passive act of seeing. It is an active force of creation that ripples backwards and forwards through time. And this is precisely why you have been so frustrated. This is why you feel you are going mad. You have been doing everything right. You have visualized, you have affirmed, you have held the feeling state with a discipline that would exhaust a saint. You feel it in your bones. The new job, the healed relationship, the financial breakthrough. It is so close you can taste it. And yet, you exist in the agonizing gap between that inner certainty and the stubborn, unchanging reflection in the mirror of your physical world. If this shift from waiting for signs to engineering reality resonates with you, hit the like button now. It signals that this empowered approach is what our community values most. You've been living in the final, torturous mile of the marathon for what feels like an eternity. You have the perfect series of interviews for your dream job. The connection is electric, the feedback is glowing. You feel it's a done deal. Then, silence. Weeks go by, and the energetic certainty you felt curdles into the familiar poison of doubt. Or you meet someone, and the recognition is so deep, so instantaneous. You believe the search is finally over. The conversations flow. The future feels like it's being built in real time. And then, with no explanation, the energy just fizzles. The texts slow down. The connection becomes a ghost. You're left standing there, holding the energetic blueprint for a reality that never arrived. Perhaps it's a financial miracle. An unexpected stream of income appears, just enough to give you hope. The pressure eases, you start to breathe again, believing this is the beginning of the great flood of abundance. But then, just as quickly as it came, it stops. It halts just shy of the amount you truly needed, leaving you in the same precarious position, but now with the added sting of a promise that was shown and then cruelly withdrawn. This cycle of hope and disappointment is not a test from the universe. It is not a sign that you are unworthy or that you're doing it wrong. It is the direct symptom of operating with a disempowered map of reality. You were taught to look for external signs, not internal echoes. So you're left wondering, what happens right before a miracle to make it feel so confusing? The answer isn't psychological, it's physical. You've been misinterpreting the most important data you could possibly receive. To understand this, let's use a powerful new metaphor. Imagine the quantum field, the infinite ocean of potential from which all reality is born, is a vast, deep, silent body of water. Your clear, focused intention is a single, powerful sonar ping that you send out from your consciousness into that infinite ocean. You are seeking to create a new reality, a new landmass, a new outcome. The old model taught you to send out that ping and then just wait, to sit in your boat, scanning the horizon, hoping to see the landmass appear, or to cup your ear, listening for the faint sound of the echo returning, confirming your creation is out there somewhere. This is a passive, hopeful, and ultimately inefficient model. The model of the quantum engineer, the model we are exploring today, is fundamentally different. The engineer knows that long before the primary sound wave of the sonar ping returns, its journey through the water creates a series of precursor waves, subtle displacements, micro-pressures, faint tremors in the medium itself that travel faster than the main echo. A master navigator doesn't just listen for the final, obvious return signal. They have instruments calibrated to feel the subtle shift in the water beneath the boat, to detect the precursor ripple that announces the echo is on its way. Those strange feelings of calm, those impossible synchronicities, that sudden shedding of your old life, these are not random waves. They are the precursor ripples. They are the physical proof that your sonar ping has made contact with a new reality, and its echo is already traveling back to you through time. You have simply been taught to ignore the tremor while you search the horizon for the mountain. By the end of this hour, the desperate need for blind faith will be replaced by the unshakable certainty of physics. You will no longer be a hopeful sailor scanning a misty horizon for a sign of land. You will become a quantum seismologist, calmly reading the data from your own instruments. You will be able to detect the energetic signature of your miracle with the same confidence a physicist detects a new particle in a laboratory. The frustration of the final mile will disappear because you will understand it's not a final mile at all. It is the arrival lounge. You just haven't learned how to read the departure board. Until now. To truly grasp this, you must first upgrade your understanding of the space around you. The universe is not empty. It is not a void dotted with planets and stars. It is an ocean, a dense, intelligent, information-rich ocean that physicists call the quantum field. Think of it not as water, but as a kind of superfluid, a liquid potential where every possible reality exists as an unformed wave. Your past, your present, every conceivable future, all coexist as probabilities, shimmering in this infinite ocean of what could be. This field is alive. It is humming with data. It is the raw material of existence itself, and your consciousness is the most sophisticated transducer ever designed to interact with it. Like a submarine in the deep, your focused intention sends out a sonar ping, a specific frequency, into this ocean of potential. But we've misunderstood the nature of this ocean. We thought it was empty space, and that our signal traveled through nothingness. The truth is far more profound. It travels through a medium more complex and responsive than anything we can imagine. A field that holds the memory of every event and the blueprint of every possibility. It is a vast, interconnected holographic plate where touching one part of it instantly informs the whole. When you send your frequency into this field, you are not just making a request. You are physically displacing the energy of the field itself. You are causing a ripple in the very fabric of potentiality. We've been taught to send the ping, then wait in agonizing silence for the solid, unmistakable echo of our desire hitting the shores of our physical reality. We wait for the job offer. The text message contacts the financial deposit, but this is a primitive way of operating. It's like being a sailor who only believes in land when he can physically step on it, ignoring the scent of pine on the wind, the sight of a seabird, the change in the color of the water. All the precursor signals that prove land is not just possible, but imminent. It is in these precursor signals that the mastery lies. This brings us to the central concept that will change everything for you. The phenomenon I call the quantum pre-echo. The quantum pre-echo is the precursor wave. It is the subtle displacement of energy in the quantum field that precedes the main event wave of your manifestation. Before the massive ship of your new reality arrives in Port E, it pushes a bow wave ahead of it. The pre-echo is that bow wave, washing over your present moment. It has three distinct characteristics you must learn to identify. First, it is subtle. It does not announce itself with trumpets and fanfare. It is a whisper, not a shout. Second, it is felt more than it is seen. It registers in your nervous system, in your emotional body, long before it shows up as physical evidence. Third, and this is the most critical part, it often feels neutral, or even strangely unsettling, not exciting. It's the eerie calm before a storm, the strange silence in a forest before an earthquake. This is why the old model of manifestation, the model of sign-seeking, has been so frustrating. It's not just inefficient, it is fundamentally flawed. It fails for three primary reasons. First, the act of desperately looking for external signs turns you into a passive observer, not an active cause. You are standing on the shore of your life, looking through a telescope, waiting for your ship to appear on the horizon. This posture energetically reinforces the idea that your creation is separate from you, that it is out there, somewhere, and you are in here, waiting for its permission to arrive. You become a victim of circumstance, hoping the universe will throw you a bone. It's like a sonar operator who sends a powerful ping and then, instead of listening for the specific frequency of his own echo, starts analyzing the shape of every random wave, every passing fish, asking, "Is that it? Is that my sign?" It is a complete abdication of power. Second, sign-seeking forces you to interpret neutral data through a heavy emotional filter. Your desire and your fear corrupt the signal. When you're in a state of desperation, a repeating number feels like a lifeline from the heavens. A minor setback feels like a cosmic rejection. You are coloring the data with your own emotional charge, which means you are no longer reading reality. You are projecting your own internal state onto it. The universe isn't sending you mixed signals. Your interpretation is mixed because your emotional frequency is unstable. You are distorting the echo before you can even properly hear it. Think back to a time you felt that profound calm before the storm. Did you dismiss it as anxiety or apathy, or did some deeper part of you sense a massive shift was on the horizon? The third and most significant failure of the old method is that it keeps you locked in the energetic state of asking, which is a vibrational synonym for not having. Every time you scan your environment for proof, you are sending a powerful secondary sonar ping into the quantum field that says, "I don't have it yet. It's not here. Prove to me it's coming." The universe, which only responds to your dominant frequency, dutifully reflects this state of lack back to you by providing you a reality in which you are perpetually waiting, perpetually seeking, perpetually almost there. This is one of the clearest signs your manifestation is close. You stop looking for signs entirely. You abandon the search because you have shifted into a new paradigm. The new paradigm is a shift from watching for external, visual signs to detecting internal, physical resonance. The fundamental question is no longer, what do I see with my eyes? The question becomes, what is my nervous system detecting? You must come to understand that your body, your physical, biological body, is the most sophisticated, sensitive, and accurate quantum measurement device on this planet. It is an antenna of unparalleled precision, capable of detecting the most subtle shifts in the energetic field long before your conscious mind can process them, or your eyes can see them. This isn't about looking for a feather on the ground or a specific license plate. It's about feeling the change in barometric pressure in your own blood. It's the shift from being a hopeful tourist with a camera to being a master seismologist who feels the tremor in her bones. This is a profound relief, isn't it? It means you can let go. You can finally release the exhausting, impossible burden of scanning the horizon. Your work is not out there. It's in here. For the past 19 minutes, we have operated on a specific model, the sonar ping. We send a signal, our intention, into the quantum ocean and we learn to listen for its return. It's a powerful model, a vast improvement over blind hope, but it is incomplete. It contains a fundamental flaw, a single assumption that keeps you in a state of separation. The flaw is the belief that you are here, and the miracle is over there, that you are the sender, and it is the distant object you are waiting to hear back from. This separation, this perceived distance, is the source of all the agony, all the doubt, and all the waiting. The great revelation, the paradigm shift that will change everything for you, is this: you are not sending a signal to detect a future event. You are the event. The creation of your new reality is not a gentle ping. It is a sonic boom. It is the moment your concentrated consciousness, your aligned energy, breaks the sound barrier of your old reality. It is a cataclysmic, reality-defining event in the quantum field, and the pre-echo, that strange calm, that symbolic saturation, is not a sign traveling to you from the future. It is the shockwave of your own creation event, an event that has already happened, expanding through space-time, backwards and forwards, to announce its own arrival. It is not a message from the universe. It is the tremor you feel in the ground from a seismic event you yourself initiated. You are not the listener waiting for news. You are the epicentre. What if the miracle you're waiting for isn't in front of you, but is actually an event in your past, echoing forward into your now? Let that paradox rewire everything. This single shift in perception changes the entire game. It dissolves the struggle. It ends the waiting. Because this means the waiting period is not a test of faith. It is not the universe withholding your desire to see if you are worthy. It is a physical integration period. It is the time required for the energetic shockwave of your sonic boom to travel through the medium of your physical reality and rearrange the molecules of your life accordingly. It's physics. It is the quiet moment after a massive explosion while the dust settles, revealing the new landscape that was created in an instant. The doubt you feel during this time is not a sign of failure. It's the disorientation of standing on ground that has just been fundamentally reshaped. You are not being tested. You are integrating a cataclysm. This also means the sign is not a message from an external intelligence. It's your own energetic signature. When you see that repeating number or hear that specific name over and over, you are not receiving a cryptic clue from the cosmos. You are witnessing the fingerprint of your own new frequency imprinting itself onto the holographic film of your perception. It is your own energy, your own new reality, echoing back to you. The universe isn't winking at you. You are catching a glimpse of your own reflection in the fabric of space-time. It is the ultimate confirmation, not from without, but from within. It is your own power, finally made visible. Most importantly, this means that if you feel the pre-echo, the creation is already complete. It's a past event. Let that land. The moment you detect one of the true pre-echoes, the profound stillness, the symbolic saturation, the energetic shedding, you are no longer manifesting, you are remembering. You are feeling the reverberations of an act you have already completed. The deal is done. The contract is signed. The wave has collapsed. Your work is not to keep creating it, but to allow its physical form to arrive. You have moved from architect to expectant resident. The blueprints are complete and construction is finished. You are simply waiting for the delivery of the keys. And finally, this means your job is not to hold the vibration. That phrase is one of the most exhausting and misunderstood concepts in spiritual practice. It implies a constant, draining effort, a white-knuckled grip on a feeling you're afraid to lose. But you cannot lose what is already done. Your new job is to stabilize after the boom. Your job is to become the calm center in the aftermath of your own creative power. It's about grounding, not reaching. It's about becoming solid enough, still enough, to allow the already created reality to crystallize around you without shattering from the frantic energy of your own impatience. You are not holding a frequency. You are becoming the tuning fork itself, allowing the new reality to resonate with what you now are. This shift in approach is everything. The old way had you acting like a lighthouse keeper, desperately scanning the dark horizon for any sign of a distant ship. It's a role of immense effort, of constant vigilance, of perpetual anxiety, staring out into the emptiness and hoping. The new approach asks you to become a seismologist of the soul. So, if you want to know how to know your breakthrough is coming, you have to stop looking at the sky and start feeling the ground beneath your feet. A seismologist doesn't hope for an earthquake. They don't try to make it happen. They set up their instruments. They achieve a state of profound stillness, and they learn to detect the subtle, undeniable tremors that signal a massive event has already been triggered deep within the earth. Their work is one of stillness, of sensitivity, of decoding the data that is already present. This is your new work. Stillness, sensitivity, detection. This redefines who you are in this process. You have been taught to see yourself as a seeker, a wisher, a waiter. These are passive identities, identities rooted in lack, in the belief that power lies outside of you. You are not a seeker. You are a reality breaker, an event creator, a being whose consciousness is so powerful that your alignment with a new potential is a barrier-breaking event, a sonic boom in the quantum field that sends shockwaves through time. Your focus is no longer on sending the signal on pushing energy outward, on asking, pleading, or visualizing with effort. Your focus now shifts entirely to feeling its inevitable, physics-backed echo. You are no longer trying to make it happen. You are simply recognizing that it is already done. This isn't theory. The quantum pre-echo, the shockwave of your own creative act, leaves undeniable fingerprints on your physical and emotional reality. These are not vague feelings. They are specific, measurable tremors on the seismograph of your nervous system. I'm going to show you the 3 most common patterns of this pre-echo. The patterns you have already been experiencing, the ones you have been misinterpreting as failure, as silence, as proof that it isn't working. You have been reading the data upside down. Now, we turn the map right side up. Now, you learn to read the seismograph of your own power. The first, and perhaps the most misunderstood pre-echo, is the profound stillness. This is the state you enter after months and or even years, Mars, of intense desire. You've visualized, you've affirmed, you've scripted, you've held the feeling state with every ounce of your being. The desire for your miracle has been a roaring fire in your heart, the primary driver of your days. And then one morning, you wake up and the fire is gone. There is no roar. There is only a deep, profound, and utterly confusing silence. The charge is gone. You think about your desires and you feel nothing. Not excitement, not hope, not even longing. Just a quiet, neutral emptiness. Your mind immediately interprets this as failure. It tells you, you've lost it, you've given up, your faith has died. All that work was for nothing. You might feel a pang of panic, trying to reignite the old feelings of intense wanting, but you can't. It's like trying to start a fire with wet wood. This is the moment most people surrender, just inches from the finish line, because they mistake peace for apathy. But what is actually happening here, from a quantum perspective? This is the silence after the sonic boom. Remember, the creation of your new reality was a barrier-breaking event. That event generated a massive shockwave, the period of intense desire, the emotional chaos, the constant mental focus. That was the turbulence as you approached the sound barrier of your old reality. The profound stillness is the evidence that you have broken through. The turbulence has passed. The wave function, which held all possibilities, all the noise of potential has collapsed into a single, determined outcome. Your outcome. The energetic work is done. The new reality is stable, locked in, and rushing toward you through space-time. The quiet is not the absence of your desire. It is the presence of its fulfillment. The field is no longer vibrating with potential, because potential has become actual. Consider a woman who has been trying to conceive a child for years. Her life has been a cycle of charting temperatures, doctor's appointments, hope, and heartbreak. Every month is a storm of emotion. Her desire is a physical ache, a constant prayer. Then one day, she finds she simply isn't thinking about it. A friend asks for an update, and she gives a calm, detached answer. She stops her obsessive charting. She feels a sense of completion. Her mind tells her she's just exhausted, that she's finally accepted it will never happen. She feels a strange grief for her own lost desire. She thinks she has failed, but what her body, her finely tuned quantum instrument, is detecting is the calm after the collapse. A month later, a routine doctor's visit reveals a positive test. The miracle wasn't born in the storm of her wanting. It was born in the stillness that followed, the echo of a creation already complete. So how do you spot this pre-echo in your own life? Ask yourself this. Has the intense emotional charge around my desire suddenly vanished, replaced by a calm neutrality that my mind misinterprets as apathy? That stillness is not the end of the road. It is the sign that you have arrived. The second pre-echo is what I call symbolic saturation. This goes far beyond simple synchronicity, beyond seeing 11:11 on the clock. This is when the universe begins to feel like it's telling you an inside joke, relentlessly. A specific name, a word, a symbol, or an image begins to appear with such frequency and in such bizarre contexts that it defies all logic and probability. It haunts you. You're looking for a new career, and the obscure word Archimedes pops into your head. That afternoon, you see it on the side of a passing truck. You open a random book in a bookstore, and the first word your eyes land on is Archimedes. You overhear a conversation in a cafe, and someone is talking about a trip to Syracuse, the home of Archimedes. At first, it's interesting. Then it becomes uncanny. Finally, it becomes almost absurd, comical. Your rational mind scrambles to dismiss it as the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon, simple frequency illusion. You tell yourself, I'm just noticing it more because I thought of it. But deep down, you know this is different. The appearances are too specific, too perfectly timed, too intelligent. What is the physics behind this? This is the frequency of your new reality, beginning to pattern the energy of your current perception. Think of it like tuning an old analog radio. Before you lock onto the new clear station, you pass through a space where the frequency of the new station starts to bleed through and impose itself over the static of the old one, the symbol, the word, the name. That is a key harmonic of your new reality's frequency. The quantum field, which is not empty but a dense holographic medium, is beginning to organize your perceptual field to cohere with the incoming event. The symbol isn't a sign from the universe, it's the signature of the new reality imprinting itself on your universe. Imagine a man desperate to leave his soul-crushing job. He dreams of working in advanced technology, something meaningful. He keeps seeing the word Arcturus everywhere. He's never paid attention to that star before, but now it's in a news headline. It's the name of a ship in a movie he watches. His child brings home a science project about the star Arcturus. He dismisses it as a string of bizarre coincidences. 2 weeks later, a recruiter reaches out to him on a professional network about a confidential opportunity. He takes the meeting. The company is a stealth mode startup, a perfect fit for his skills and passion, working on world-changing technology. The name of the company is Arcturus Innovations. He didn't just get a sign. His reality was being saturated with the core frequency of his destination before he arrived. In the comments, share which of these 3 pre-echoes you've experienced without realizing what it was. Your story will be the evidence someone else needs to see today. I read everyone. So, how do you know if you're experiencing symbolic saturation? Ask yourself, is a specific, non-obvious symbol or word appearing in my life with a frequency that feels statistically impossible and strangely personal? That is not a coincidence. That is a frequency bleed from your future. The third pre-echo is the most physically disruptive and often the most alarming. It is the energetic shedding. This is when you suddenly and inexplicably lose resonance with major parts of your old life. Hobbies you once loved now feel like chores. Foods you used to crave now seem unappetizing. The television shows you watched for comfort now feel loud and irritating. Most profoundly, relationships with certain friends or even family members can suddenly feel draining and dissonant. You find yourself canceling plans, avoiding calls, craving solitude not out of sadness, but out of a deep, instinctual need for energetic quiet. Again, the mind creates a terrifying story around this. I'm becoming isolated. I'm depressed. I'm being a bad friend. What's wrong with me? You try to force yourself to enjoy the old things, to connect with the old people, but it feels like wearing clothes that are 3 sizes too small. It's a profound, energetic incompatibility. The scientific reality is simple. You have fundamentally changed your resonant frequency. Every person, place, and habit in your life is a vibrational match to the person you were. When you perform the quantum leap of creating a new reality, you are assigned a new energetic signature, a new core frequency. The sonic boom of your creation has recalibrated your entire being. As a result, the things that matched your old, lower frequency note now create dissonance. They sound out of tune. This isn't you being flaky or antisocial. It is energetic law. An object vibrating at a high frequency will naturally repel or move away from an object vibrating at a much lower one. Your energy field is literally clearing space. It is shedding the dense, heavy frequencies of the old reality to make room for the physical arrival of the new one. Think of someone who has been working to manifest true financial abundance, breaking generational patterns of scarcity and struggle. Suddenly, they lose all desire to engage in gossip with their friends, a favorite pastime. The weekly complaint sessions about work and money now feel physically grating. They no longer enjoy the cheap, processed foods they used to eat. It feels like a part of their personality is dying, and it's frightening. But what's really happening is that their body, now tuned to the frequency of abundance, can no longer tolerate the energetic signature of lack, of complaint. of low-quality input. The shedding isn't a loss, it's a necessary purification. It is the undeniable proof that their frequency has shifted, making the arrival of wealth not just possible, but inevitable. How can you identify this powerful pre-echo? Ask yourself, are parts of my life that once felt comfortable now feeling inexplicably dissonant, as if I no longer fit? Do I feel a natural, non-emotional pull away from old habits and relationships? That is not you falling apart. That is your new world being built. So this is your new diagnostic toolkit, a new way to read the data of your life. It is a system. The profound stillness is the sign of collapse, the moment the infinite noise of potential has silenced into a single defined reality. Symbolic saturation is the sign of frequency bleed, the harmonic of your new reality beginning to pattern your perception. The energetic shedding is the sign of resonance shift, the physical evidence that your own frequency has elevated, making the old world incompatible. Look for these three patterns not as isolated incidents, but as a system. When you see them, you are not hoping, you are not wishing, you are reading the seismograph, and the data is clear. A reality quake has already happened. The physical manifestation is now simply a matter of time. You understand this now. You have the framework. You have seen the evidence in the scattered moments of your own life, recognizing the patterns of stillness, saturation, and shedding. But knowledge is only the map. It is not the territory. Now, we stop observing the echo. We become it. Find a quiet space if you can, a place where you will not be disturbed for the next several minutes. You can sit or lie down, whatever allows your body to feel the most at ease. Close your eyes. We are going to do more than just a meditation. We are going to tune your physical body to the frequency of the reality that is already yours. We are going to make your very cells indistinguishable from the miracle you have created. Take a slow, deep breath in, and as you exhale, release the role of the observer. Release the identity of the person who is trying to figure this out. You already know. Now it is time to feel. Bring your awareness to the physical container of your body. Don't think about it. Simply feel it. Feel the weight of it, the points of contact with the surface beneath you. Feel the subtle hum of life within it. This is not just flesh and bone. For the next few moments, I want you to experience your body as a resonant chamber, an instrument. Imagine the vast, hollow space within your torso, the cathedral of your chest, designed to amplify sound, the quiet basin of your pelvis, the elegant column of your throat. This instrument has been playing the song of your old reality for years. It is tuned to a familiar frequency of lack, of waiting, of trying. But today, we retune it. We are not going to visualize the future. That is the old paradigm. Visualizing creates a sense of separation, of something out there that you need to pull in here. Instead, we are going to access a memory. I want you to call up the feeling of your desire as if it has already happened, as if you are remembering it from a week ago. Do not see it. Feel it. What is the precise physical sensation of having that relationship, that health, that abundance? Is it a profound sense of peace that settles in your stomach, a warmth of accomplishment that radiates from your heart, a buzzing, electric lightness that tingles in your hands and feet? Forget the pictures. Forget the story. Access only the raw physical data of the memory. Let it be subtle. It doesn't need to be overwhelming. Just a feeling. Now, scan your resonant chamber. Where does this memory live in your body? Pinpoint its location. Is it in your solar plexus, your throat, the space behind your eyes? There is no right answer. There is only your answer. This is the point where the echo of your new reality is making first contact with your physical form. This is the signal. Now, we are going to tune the entire instrument to this single note. I want you to begin humming, softly. The sound is not for anyone else, it is for you. It's a tool. Don't try to sing a beautiful note. I want you to experiment with the pitch of your hum. Go up, go down, until you find the exact frequency that makes that spot in your body vibrate more intensely. You will know it when you feel it. There will be a pitch that makes that warmth in your heart warmer. A pitch that makes that peace in your stomach deeper. Find that note. You are not creating the vibration. You are matching the vibration that is already there. You are tuning your instrument to the song the universe is already playing for you. the song of your completed creation. Take your time, hum and feel. Adjust the pitch. Feel for that lock, that click of resonance where your sound and the feeling of your memory become one. Now, once you have found it, stay there. Hold that hum, that note. And with your awareness, I want you to feel that vibration beginning to expand. Imagine it as a drop of colored light, placed in the center of a crystal clear pool of water. Feel it expanding from its source point. Let that vibration saturate the area around it, moving into the surrounding tissues, the organs, the bones. There is no resistance. Every cell in your body is eager to receive this new information, this new frequency. Let the resonance fill the entire chamber of your torso. Feel your whole chest and belly humming with the physical frequency of your miracle. Now, let it expand further, up through your throat, into your head, filling every crevice of your mind with this pure physical truth, down through your hips, into your legs, grounding this new reality all the way to the soles of your feet, out through your shoulders, down your arms, electrifying your hands with the power to receive. Your entire body, your entire being, is now a resonant chamber, perfectly tuned to and indistinguishable from the reality you have chosen. There is no separation. You are not waiting for it. You are it. Be still. Stop humming and just feel. Feel the silent hum that remains, the energetic signature, the blueprint of the miracle, now fully installed in your operating system. This is not hope. This is physics. This is your new baseline, your new state of being. Stay in this feeling for a few more moments. Let your body memorize this frequency. Now, gently, without losing the feeling, begin to bring your awareness back to the room. Keep your eyes closed. Do not let go of that vibration. Let it become the new background music of your physical body. Open your eyes, but stay inside that resonance. This is your new home frequency. As you come back to this moment, what is the one physical sensation that your future reality left in your body? Is it warmth, tingling, a hum? Name it. That's your anchor. This anchor is your proof. It is your data. When the mind begins to doubt, you will return to this physical truth. You are no longer the person who is trying to manifest something. You are the living, breathing, physical embodiment of its arrival. That feeling in your body is not hope. It is data. You are no longer a seeker, a wisher, a waiter. You have recalibrated your entire being to the physical frequency of a reality that is already complete. You have become a highly calibrated quantum instrument, capable of detecting the subtle tremors of a future that has already happened. And like any professional, you now require professional tools, not tools for creating. The creation is done. These are tools for integration, tools for stabilizing yourself in the new reality as it rushes to meet you in the physical world. So here is how to know your breakthrough is coming, using a practical, daily method. We are moving from theory to practice, from knowing to doing. Your first tool is called the pre-echo log. This is not a manifestation journal. It is not a desire journal. You will not write down what you want in this log. You will only write down the evidence of what is already yours. The entire purpose of this log is to shift your focus from asking the universe for a sign to scientifically documenting the data the universe is already sending you. You are building a case file. You are assembling an undeniable portfolio of physical proof that the sonic boom of your new reality has already occurred, and its echoes are now appearing in your present moment awareness. The principle here is drawn directly from the scientific method, systematic observation and data collection. By treating your subtle experiences as objective data points rather than subjective feelings, you strip them of doubt. You build a logical case that your mind cannot refute. You are literally gathering the evidence that proves your miracle is a past event. Here is how you will do this. Step 1. Acquire a physical journal. This is important. The physical act of writing engages a different part of your brain than typing. It makes the data more real. Step 2. At the end of each day, create 3 simple columns. The first is labeled stillness, the second, saturation, the third, shedding. Step 3. Under each column, you will record, without emotion or analysis, any instances of that specific pre-echo you observed during the day. This is critical. You are a scientist recording phenomena, not a poet interpreting them. For example, under stillness, you might write, Felt a complete lack of charge around the job search for 2 hours this afternoon. Almost forgot about it. Or woke up and the usual morning anxiety about my finances was simply absent. Under saturation, you might write, heard the name of the specific person I want to connect with 3 times from 3 different sources. Or I saw the exact model of the car I desire 4 times in traffic today. Noted a billboard with the same color. Under shedding, you could write, had a sudden aversion to my usual evening TV show, felt physically repelled by it. Or received a call from an old friend to complain, and felt a profound need to end the conversation immediately. No anger, just a feeling of dissonance. You record only what appears naturally. This brings us to the common mistakes. The first mistake is using the log to ask for more signs. The moment you start looking for them, you have shifted back into the energy of not having. You are not a hunter. You are a tracker. You are noticing the footprints that have already been left. The second mistake is forcing it. If you have nothing to write down for a day, you write nothing. A blank page is also data. It might mean you're in a period of energetic quiet. It doesn't mean it isn't working. A seismologist doesn't get anxious when the ground is still. They simply note the stillness. Your pre-echo log becomes your anchor in logic. When your mind inevitably brings doubt, you will be able to open this book and review the data. Not feelings. Data. Your second tool is for managing your state in real time. It's called the resonance anchor. The pre-echo log is for documenting the past 24 hours. The resonance anchor is for the exact moment when a wave of doubt, fear, or the pattern of your old reality threatens to pull you out of the new frequency you embodied in our meditation. Its principle is based on a simple, powerful truth. Your body's memory is infinitely stronger and more reliable than your mind's fluctuating narrative. You cannot think your way out of a state of doubt, but you can physically override it. Here is the protocol. Step 1. The moment you feel the pull of an old thought pattern, anxiety about money, loneliness, frustration, stop what you are doing. Do not engage the thought. Do not argue with it. Step 2. Place your hand on the exact part of your body where you felt the resonance of your miracle during our meditation. For some, it was the chest. For others, the solar plexus or the belly. Your body remembers the location. Step 3. Close your eyes and recall the physical sensation of the hum. Not the idea of it, the actual physical vibration. Remember its frequency. Step 4. Take 3 slow, deliberate breaths, not just into your lungs, but imagine you are breathing directly into that location under your hand. With each inhale, you are fanning the embers of that resonant frequency. With each exhale, you are letting the vibration expand, just as you did before. Feel the resonance return. Feel it become the dominant signal in your body, and watch as the noise of the old reality simply fades into the background. The most common mistake here is trying to fight the negative thought. This tool is not a weapon. It is a tuning fork. You are not trying to destroy the old signal. You are gently but firmly broadcasting a more powerful, more coherent signal. You are not resisting doubt. You are overriding it with data. The data of your body's certainty. The second mistake is believing it has to be a long, drawn-out process. It takes less than 30 seconds. It is a physical action. A muscular memory. You are training your body to have a reflex. When doubt appears, your hand goes to your anchor. You breathe and you recalibrate. Instantly. What is the very first old reality habit you will consciously stop doing, starting now, to make space for the miracle's arrival? Declare it. This resonance anchor is the tool you will use to hold yourself to that declaration when the old habit calls to you. Your third and final tool is a mindset protocol. It is perhaps the most advanced. It's called the neutral observation protocol. During this integration phase, the time between the sonic boom and the physical manifestation, your reality will present you with events. Some will seem good, some will seem bad. A job interview that goes perfectly, an unexpected bill that arrives in the mail. The purpose of this protocol is to train you to observe all events without assigning them a meaning that could interfere with the physics already in motion. The principle is a direct application of the quantum observer effect. The moment you label an event, this is it, this is the sign, or, oh no, this is a setback, you are collapsing the wave of potential around that event. You are forcing the universe to go down a specific path based on your limited, emotionally charged perception. Neutral observation keeps the field of potentiality wide open, allowing your miracle to arrive in the most surprising, effortless, and efficient way possible. Here is the simple, powerful how-to. When any significant event occurs related to your desire, you will do one thing in your mind. You will say the word noted, or if you prefer, data point. The perfect interview. Noted. You do not celebrate wildly and assume it's done. You observe it as a data point consistent with your new reality and you move on. The unexpected bill. Noted. You do not spiral into despair. You observe it as a remnant of the old reality's frequency, a ghost in the machine, and you move on. This is not apathy. This is mastery. The mistake is confusing neutrality with not caring. You care deeply about the outcome, so deeply that you refuse to interfere with its delivery. Imagine a bomb disposal expert. Their hands are steady. Their heart rate is calm. This is not because they don't care about the outcome. It is the very depth of their care that demands their absolute neutrality and focus in the process. You are simply refusing to create an emotional story around a neutral data point. You are letting the physics do the work. This protocol protects your new resonance from the turbulence of external events. It keeps you stable after the boom. So this is your new operating system. This is how you live as a quantum seismologist. Your daily practice is simple. In the morning, before you even get out of bed, use your resonance anchor. Place your hand on your center, take 3 breaths, and tune yourself to the frequency of your completed reality for the day ahead. Throughout the day, you practice the neutral observation protocol. You observe events as data points, you note them, and you return to your center. If you feel yourself pulled off center, you use the resonance anchor for a 30-second recalibration. In the evening, you open your pre-echo log and you record the data. You review the evidence of your new reality solidifying around you. This is not work. This is not effort. This is the effortless operating system of a person who is no longer trying to create something, but is simply managing the arrival of what they have already built. This is the calm, confident, professional framework of a true creator. You now possess the understanding, you have the embodied experience, and you hold the practical tools to navigate the quantum space between creation and manifestation with absolute certainty. The agonizing wait is over because you were never waiting for something to be made. You were simply integrating the arrival of something that was already done. You are no longer on the outside looking in, hoping for a sign from a distant benevolent universe. You are the instrument, the seismologist, the reality breaker. You are no longer waiting for miracles. You are tracking their arrival. You have learned to detect the quantum pre-echo. You can now differentiate the profound signal of an impending reality shift from the random noise of hope and fear. This is a monumental shift in perception, a graduation from spiritual amateur to quantum engineer. You've recalibrated your entire being to a new law of physics, one where you are the cause, and the signs are merely the feedback loop of your own power. You have moved from a state of asking to a state of knowing, but detecting the echo of a single reality is just the first step. It is the foundational mastery. What happens when you become so finely tuned, so exquisitely sensitive to the quantum field, that you begin to detect more than one echo at a time? What happens when the profound stillness of one collapsing reality is layered with the symbolic saturation of another? What happens when your body, your resonant chamber, begins to hum with the frequencies of multiple potential futures, all broadcasting their signal to you in the present moment? This is not a state of confusion, it is a state of ultimate power. The question is no longer, is my miracle coming? The question becomes, which miracle will I choose to step into? This is the next horizon. It's the realization that you are standing at a nexus point, a grand intersection of timelines. You are not just a single sonar pinging in the deep, but a broadcast tower capable of receiving and choosing from an entire spectrum of realities. The universe is not a single path you are trying to find, but an infinite landscape of potential paths, all real, all viable, and all sending out their pre-echoes, inviting you to embody their frequency. When you can feel the pre-echo of financial abundance simultaneously with the pre-echo of profound creative fulfillment, you are no longer a victim of circumstance. You are the sole arbiter of your destiny. This is the domain of quantum timeline jumping. It is the mastery of consciously selecting which pre-echo to amplify and embody, allowing you to shift between parallel realities deliberately, rather than by default. It is the art of becoming a symphony conductor. You learn to hear the echo of a single violin. Now you realize you can conduct the entire orchestra. When you can feel multiple echoes, you are standing at a powerful choice point, a place where a single, conscious decision can alter the entire trajectory of your physical life. It is about learning to read the symphony of potential, identifying the frequency of the reality you most desire, and using your focused consciousness, your embodied resonance, to make that single note the dominant sound, collapsing that timeline into your physical experience. This is not about creating a new future. It's about choosing which already created future to make your present. That is exactly what we will deconstruct in our next transmission. Our next video is titled Quantum Timeline Jumping Explained: How to Choose Your Reality in Real Time. We will not only explore the staggering physics of parallel worlds and the evidence for their existence, but I will give you the precise protocol to consciously select your desired timeline from a field of infinite potential. We will move beyond detection and into the realm of deliberate, conscious creation at the highest level. Subscribe and turn on all notifications because our next video, Quantum Timeline Jumping Explained: How to Choose Your Reality in Real Time, is the next layer of mastery. We're moving from receiving echoes to consciously choosing which reality to broadcast from. For now, go forward with this new certainty. Go forward as the quantum instrument you now know yourself to be. Listen to the echoes of the beautiful future you have already architected. Feel for the stillness. Watch for the saturation and honor the shedding. Anchor yourself in the resonance you cultivated here today. Trust the feeling in your body over any story in your mind. The data your nervous system provides is more real than any headline, any bank statement, any doctor's report. You came here feeling the agony of the final stretch, lost and looking for a sign. You leave here as the source of the signal itself. You did not just watch a video. You upgraded your perception of reality itself. Go live in that truth.